Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, and welcome back to the Lift with Sheila Robinson-Kiss. Your auntie Sheila is in the house, and as always, I've got your back. I must tell you, I love each and every one of you, and I so enjoy creating these messages for you. We're going to get into a topic. I tackled this, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, but it's time to talk about it again. I want to talk about signs, symbols, omens, paying attention. And actually, longtime subscriber, thank you, Sam, inspired this video. Signs, symbols, and omens, paying attention to all of that, because those signs and symbols, those are whispers, in my humble opinion, from God and the angels that really will guide us if we'll just start looking and paying attention to it. Let me read Sam's note and let's get into this a little bit. Dear Sheila, love your channel. I've been journeying with you for a decade now, long time. Appreciate you traveling with me. I'm at a crossroads with a relationship in my career. I really don't know what to do. I've been having some strange dreams about birds dying. I wonder if it has anything to do with what I'm going through. Any words will be appreciated, Sam. Sam, okay. As always, listen, you've come to the right place. By the way, I don't know if you've looked up what dying birds means, but one of the interpretations is new beginnings. So I do, I know you hear, bird and death next to each other and people get a little frightened. But I see it a little bit differently. Sam and everyone who's listening, what I'm going to offer to you is there is a beautiful life buffet. An amazing program has been laid out for us in the form of a treasure hunt. And it's in the form of the signs and omens that I'm talking about. We are just so running around and so busy. You get these hunches, you get intuitions, suspicions, butterflies will flutter, by your flower bed in your backyard. These gorgeous butterflies, keep coming by. And it's almost like, are they trying to tell me something? What does this mean? Look it up. Nature, God, angels speaking to us all the time. Let me share a story with you. So I have been, oh my gosh, since I was 13 or 14 years old, keeping dream logs, dream diaries for years. It was very natural for me. I mean, this started as early as I can remember. I would have these dreams and loaded with information, and some of the information I would get in the dream realm within a day or two, sometime the same day, it would translate into what was going on in my waking hours. So it has always seemed, very natural for me to dream. It's unusual if I'm not dreaming about something or other. Okay, fast forward years later, I meet this gentleman, attraction, fantastic, out of this world, seemed like a nice enough person. First week goes by. Okay, this is when I notice what's going on, because I'm not charting anything in my dream journal. Nothing. Second week, nothing. And then I have to notice, like, this is extremely unusual. What is happening? I'm not dreaming. Third week goes by. I get quiet. I find myself sitting in my living room and just talking to God out loud. I'm like, what is happening to my dreams? Get quiet. See, the quiet is so important, because inside the quiet, it's answers, solution, everything is revealed. So make time every day to just enter into the quiet. And you can do that just by paying attention to your breathing. And so here it comes through my spirit. You know why. You know very well why. you're not dreaming. And the truth is, I did. I did. And I kept pushing it off because I'm like, oh, but he's super cute, just as far as I was concerned, great candidate to move forward with. I stopped dreaming because that was God and my angels telling me, that this guy is, big personality, wants things his way, much more of a, one of these dominant, someone can be alpha, an alpha male or an alpha female, and they have that balance in there. This guy was not that. It was, exciting, charismatic, but I did understand very early on that if this would have went further, my dreams would have been killed. And I've been able to go on in life and realize many of those dreams. So that was an omen and a sign all in one. That fizzled out by itself, but I feel like the fact that I stopped dreaming, it was really God giving me that aid and comfort to know, like, this isn't going to work out, and this is why. It just was not designed. It wasn't designed to work out, and it hit me a little bit hard. But again, why I'm stressing to look at the signs, symbols and omens, because what they will do, they serve not only as a North Star and a guiding light, but so often they come in to give us aid and comfort, and to let give you a point in this direction, or let what you're right on you're on a wonderful pathway here. Share another story with you. I was dealing with some issues with a family member, and oh my goodness, this back pain started. I mean, there was so much correspondence. It's almost right as this person resurfaced, this back pain started. I need this money, I need this favor, this, that, and the third. And again, sitting in the quiet, it was like a little tap on your shoulder. When did the back pain start, Sheila? I heard that question through my spirit. When did the back pain start? Well, right about the time, they knocked on my door looking for some help and support. When I made the decision, what, I'm not a human ATM. I can't, I'm not going to be able to keep assisting in this regard. It was within a few weeks that I noticed, oh, I'm feeling better. My back is feeling better. And then that pain subsided. See, there's that mind-body connection. When I say signs, symbols, and omens, pay attention to all of that. How do you feel when someone is in your presence? I've had, I know people now, whenever they're in my presence, it's a tension. Like, I can't relax. I can't get relaxed. That's a sign. That's something to pay attention to. Pay attention to everything, flickering lights. If you're finding coins and, a loved one has passed on, they will communicate this way. Whenever I buy a spring bouquet of roses, there's always one single rose that just lasts and lasts and lasts. It's bigger than all the other ones. It's magnificent. That's my sister who's passed on, communicating with me. She was a florist. That's our thing. That's her saying hello. This started when she passed on, and it has continued. How comforting. That's her saying, hey sis, how you doing? What's going on? So, back to you, Sam, and really, everyone who's listening, you are at a crossroads. You're having a hard time making this decision. I want you to just breathe every day. Every day, I want you to go into, and I'm talking, and another story just popped into my head. Every day, I want you to go into the quiet. When you get a dream, look up the dream interpretation. About 12 years ago, look, I'm going to show you right here so you guys understand where I'm coming from. This is one of my tigers. I have a whole collection of tigers, and I'll tell you why. I have a number of totem animals, but my tigers are among the most special. Some years ago, I started, I didn't have anything against tigers, but, wasn't particularly going down that road of the tiger, if you will. And I started having these dreams, very, very, very vivid dreams about tigers, and I just went into deep research. It was also a time where I was debilitated and disempowered in certain areas of my life, and that tiger came to me to really as aid and comfort and information. Woman, lady, what are you doing? You are disconnected from your power, from that divine God-given power. You've been knocked off your square. And so I just went into a state of appreciation for the tiger that was giving me kind of that point in direction. You got to come back into building yourself up, get that quiet time, start focus on your health and nutrition. And again, it was a dream, and I could have just ignored these series of dreams, but I decided to take it seriously and pay attention to it. And what the symbolism of this powerful and beautiful creature has done for my life, I can't even express it to you. I have some beautiful books about tigers and their symbolism and spirituality, and they just came to me in such a fantastic and just a gorgeous way. So the message that I'm going to close on is everything that you need is here. All of us get derailed, and we can get confused sometimes. I'll derail, I go off track. I need to enter into the quiet and work on my breathing and focus in to get myself back on track. Nothing wrong with that. That's a part of the human journey. But for however long you stay off track or in certain states of confusion, that's how long you're missing out on some of the juicy parts of life. This is why we're constantly going back to the tools. Use the tools. They make a difference. If there's a relationship you don't know about, if it's just some manner of confusion, I'm not sure. What you do is it's a simple prayer. It's a simple prayer. Father God, I'm calling on you. I'm calling on the angels. Send me, signs, symbols, guide me, lead me. I'm on the lookout. And you will get what you need, and you will know what you are getting. Say that additional prayer, to really bring me into the awareness. Okay. And you're going to have it 100%. So everyone, thank you so much for supporting this channel. Subscribe, like, share with friends. It's just one of the best parts of my life. And thank you so much for sharing it with me. And I'll be back very soon.